at the Beyond the Summit House. We're here for CIS qualifier coverage. We're actually at the back end of day 1. We got one more match, guys. One more to hold out.
Yep.
And then we're going to hand things over to the South American coverage team. We got exciting matchup. Vega Squadron versus ESPADA.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Vega Squadron, unfortunately, having a real tough time in this qualifier right now.
It's an elimination match for them.
It's, yeah, the guarantee nail in the coffin would be them losing here.
Yep.
Maybe in a miracle dream of certain events, they could somehow make it to a tiebreaker, but more than likely not. But if they want any sort of fragment of a dream, they have to win this matchup. The problem is that drafting usually seems to be a little shaky for them.
A lot shaky.
Yeah, which is a shame because we look at their roster and it's like these are all pretty good veterans.
And most of the time they have, I'm gonna call it normal drafts. I don't know what they're experimenting with. Maybe they just lose one game, lose second game, then it gets into their head and they start picking weird stuff. It could be that.
That's one of the things that can happen when, like, it varies, you know, it depends what kind of, it's about mental strength, right? Like, you're going into a really important tournament. You have not played the Open, so you're not as warmed up as some of the other teams. You're just going straight into regionals. You watch the other teams play. You have your ideas. And then when the pressure really gets to you, some people, like, it depends how you deal with it, you know? Like, the captain of Vega Squadron, I believe Sioma is still drafting, right?
I believe so.
Not sure how familiar he is with being in this position in TI qualifiers. I don't think Vega have ever bombed this hard. So...
yeah.
Obviously, it's a tough spot, and you gotta just believe in your ideas. And if you start going too crazy, most of the time it just doesn't work. So
yeah, if they don't qualify, they're probably gonna reshuffle. I would
Mostly.
like to see Zayats in a different team then. So I think his skill is he can play in a tier 1 team definitely in CIS region, but the problem is there's only VP, so maybe
yeah. There's definitely going to be some sort of moving of pieces. The interesting thing about the CIS team or CIS region when you look at it is that I feel like on every single position they have multiple extremely talented players, but there seems to be a lack of leadership in those teams. It's very randomly put together mixes with good players, but the direction in the game seems off. Even for the more established teams like Vega here, if you didn't put nameplates on these teams, you wouldn't guess this is Vega. Like, this could have been any of the open qualifier teams. You just look like, these are some funky drafts. Like, the plays are strange. It's not consistent. That's kind of what they seem to be lacking in the region right now. So hopefully there's some new up-and-coming talent that can take on a leadership role, or some of the other players that maybe haven't ventured down that path too much can start taking the responsibility and understand how important it is.
Yeah, that seems like the likelier thing, the latter. It's hard to imagine there's like new up-and-coming Dota player fiends who can somehow jump into a captaining role and just take over a team. Usually it's going to be these players who have a lot of experience and then they somehow adjust themselves into a captain shot call position, but then also have to like maybe segue to being more of a support. I don't know how you guys feel about that still is being that 5 position usually the best position for being a captain and shot caller, but yeah, for many of the veterans, I guess it's just kind of hard to put that hat down and then pick up that other more responsible hat.
that's why most of the successful teams right now are mix of old school from Dota 1 and new blood, the mechanically individual, like top 50 players who can they rely on that they're gonna do some flashy stuff.
Yep, they can dribble the ball between their legs like us old dogs can't. All right, we got the draft underway. It's ESPADA versus Vega Squadron, like I said, and there's our first pick. It's going to be Mr. Warlock for ESPADA.
It's a tree band.
Yep.
Oh!
What?
I was hoping something like
Wait, what?
All I was thinking about was Zephyr, and like when
man.
things got bad, we're like, let's play Rubik off lane. That's what Bambo wanted to do, and he did it, and we won. And that's
Did they
Techie's
just
is
do
probably
did
gonna
they
lose
do
it.
the math, or are they mathematically out? Is
I
that
mean,
what's happening?
Well, it's not good. It's not looking good.
You know what I'm really happy about? That this hero is bad. That's great, and I think it should stay bad. The fact
Well,
that they're
bad?
picking techies and
Yeah.
we're like they lost is a healthy sign for Dota. Because when this
Blast
hero
off
is
is good.
good,
Blast off is really good. That's a really good skill. If
They,
you put that skill
they've
on
never
any other
picked it
hero.
before, right? Like, I haven't seen anyone play this hero. It feels like it's definitely them saying like, "Oh, we're done, so let's play techies."
So this could be the lane. Naga Siren Techies. Naga with
Net blast off. Here, let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. And snare and then blast off.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but has this been like a gradual descent into madness? They start out with reasonable drafts, they lose a couple games, then they go crazy, and now they've just completely lost their fucking
What
mind.
if this one works? It's probably like their best
that
performance
would be hilarious
ever.
if
The
they
best
win this
showing ever.
I mean, they didn't have to pick Techies second. I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
What do you
Yeah.
even do against the techies? Like
You just need a hero that
Phantom Lance,
he's
right?
gonna abuse people with Orb of Venom and then go for Blast Off. And then after that period, once you start getting other levels, you have to make sure you can clear the mines and the trees a little bit. Like you just need some kind of vision, such as Rocket Flare. And from there, you just have to be a little bit careful with sentries, and then you're good. That's it. It's done. Solved.
This is the second time we see this pairing of heroes, the Warlock Clockwork. I think very natural synergy. They're both good in lane. They transition into a mid game where the one thing Warlock wants is he wants a grouped up team fight where people come together, and Clockwork is really good at forcing that exact fight to happen. He jumps a core, cogs them in. If they don't have any mobility, the enemy team has to help, and that's where you drop the golem bonds. So very textbook and straightforward play that I think, you know, sometimes Dota seems overly complex, and sometimes you can just boil it down to something simple to digest for the team, easy to understand, and easy to execute. And a lot of the times that gives you wins. You know, you draft lineups that aren't too funky but just work. And from my
You're talking
perspective,
about Radiant's lineup.
that's what Vega haven't. Yeah, that just works, man. You just ensnare and blast off, easy peasy.
Song of the Siren into Stasis Trap.
They're never going
They
anywhere,
need-
ever.
You know what they need? Darkseer.
Vacuum into blast off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That ain't bad.
Piranha. All right.
Leap.
Ensnare into
Dual lane.
Arrow into Blast Off. Now,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
True. This is a dream trialing.
guess.
Nothing beats it. You just ensnare, arrow, and blast. What are you gonna do?
I mean, if it's like Mirana Techies, for example, if they just land an arrow, that's a kill. But it's kind of asking a
Yeah.
lot sometimes.
It's a big if.
I
I mean, that lane could work. The Techies should be dual offlane, right? Safe lane is probably not the way to go.
You play with Slacksolid plays techies, but I don't know if that's like what competitive techies
He doesn't
would do.
No, he doesn't do it the way that pro players do it. I mean, typically Slacks is right in that a lot of pro players don't know what they're doing with techies. They don't know. They're not good at the mine part generally. The average pro player, but they're really good at the Orb of Venom, blast off, pressure lanes, gank part. That's the part that Slacks doesn't do well usually. But they're definitely good at the lane pressure part. That's the best part about techies right now. The average pro just needs to get better at like remote mine bombing and general map control with mines and stuff.
Fair enough.
But I'm sure maybe there's a really good techies player in Vega Squadron. Some guy that plays it all the time is super talented.
I think CIS plays this hero.
Yeah, there's got to be someone on the team who plays
But-
it, for sure.
Well, hopefully. Else he's not
Yeah,
playing the
it'd
game.
be so random. Skywrath Mage, by the way,
Yeah.
in the meantime, mentioned.
So
You know,
this is an offlane Clockwork, more than likely. Like the Skywrath Mage pick, there's no sustain whatsoever on Vega's team. They don't really have a solution to the strong harass. Techies has high armor but very low health, so takes a lot of beating out of the Arcane Bolts if they choose to lane him against the Techies. And from this perspective, like for me, this draft is already dead when the Techies is picked. I'm curious about what ESPADA is going to do, because I feel like this is telling about them going forward. They're 3-1. They're in a good position to go into playoffs. They're the team to watch here. If this is a super serious strategy from Vega Squadron, I will be super happy to be proved wrong and that they win this game. But for me, ESPADA is clear favorites, especially after the draft already. And I just want to see what they think about Dota.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I would like to...
What about like a Shadow Fiend or something? Pair with the Clockwork, get the burst.
I don't think they need to. I think just play standard. I do really like the fact they have both Sky and Warlock, because we don't really know what the lanes of Vega are, but now they have both options. They either have full offense or they have like a offense-defense hybrid from Warlock. So it's like, oh, if we want to sustain all this harass, throw a Warlock there. If we want to just kill the techies repeatedly, throw Skywrath there.
Yep.
Or even Clockwork could potentially work too.
I don't think they're playing offlane Skywrath, though. I think the Clockwork will be a core. But do you mean you put the Clock safe lane? With Sky,
yeah, I guess. Yeah, good point. I didn't consider.
I mean, they can swap their lanes around. Warlock is one of the better supports at playing dual offlane, just sustaining with the carry, right?
Agreed.
You can definitely do that. There's some options here. I think Ember Spirit looks... oh, they banded themselves, because that would have been a super good pick here. Great against Mirana and PL, but not an option here. They will go Dragon Knight instead. That's another good option. So this is what's interesting for me to see, is what ESPADA thinks. I think this is an excellent pick. It's a good counter to PL. Very tanky. Likes to build Mjolnir as an option. obviously the high armor against PL's strictly physical build with the exception of a lance, and against Mirana, it's a good catch. She can't leap away from the Dragon Tail, will get caught, and can bring her down.
That's good against techies as well, especially because if you go like BKB, it's good against Naga Siren, ulti, and then you get a Blink Dagger, it's going to help you go high ground. Jump high ground, initiate on somebody, kill them, get the gem or sentry there, kill the wards, take the tower. So having somebody that can force towers really easy is also really good.
And it's a secondary set of a Sky with ulti too.
I don't know. I can't be serious too much about Vega's draft. When I see techies and I feel like it's a clowny game.
I don't know. It got pretty serious after that.
What's serious, Mirana?
I don't know. It just it's kind of crazy, but I feel like they're kind of still playing this like pretty pseudo serious.
What they might be setting up for is they're trying to use techies as a stalling tactic and then go super late game, and maybe even look for another strong core at this point. If techies and Naga are the position 4 and 5, then you can get a strong last pick that can scale with farm. My concern is that ESPADA is going to group up as 5, use Dragon Form, and have a gem, and then you have like nothing. There's no team fight presence on Vega, no damage.
If you make a bad move, clock initiates and you get rocked, and then you lose the fight.
Zeus is still in the pool against the techies. It's good, but that would be kind of weak with Sky Warlock and Zeus.
Yeah. I don't think you want to do it because it makes blast off good. Like the vision's mostly great for remote mines, not so much the other ones. So it's not. I don't think you need Zeus against techies these days. It can be okay though. It can definitely be good, but it's more like a 6 and later techies. All you have to do is like shut it down in the lane stage a bit and then pressure decently and with sentries, and then it's not much of an issue. I don't
They
think.
could go for a Bloodseeker, builds into Radiance against a Phantom Lancer.
I think what you do now, you pick another core that's good against PL, and I feel like even if techies delays this game, it's not toward his own victory. They have so much information to go by right now. They should feel very good about their lanes. Any carry really with Warlock can play against this dual off lane that Vega can put at this point. So what do you get? You go Sven. It's like that's the other thing with this techies line. They can't push towers. You can play greedy yourself if you want to. You can play super aggressive if you want to. The punishing factor doesn't really seem to be there much. What else is there? What Mjolnir heroes or like Cleave heroes are left?
There's still Gyro.
Gyro's
Sven.
good. Gyro's great. Gyro's great, man. Maybe they'll pick that. Yeah, good call. I like that. I mean, why not? This is a super stable lineup from ESPADA.
Yeah.
It has everything. It has tower push, it has stuns, it has... Well, it doesn't have Roche, actually. They're not good at killing Roche, but they're good at, like, everything else. Strong lanes, team fight. Okay, I don't know.
This is the game.
This is crazy, man.
If this is the game that Vega get a win, that would be crazy.
It's actually a good Bad Rider pick.
Well, what is that Mirana mount? Good lord, I've never seen that before.
Oh, that's the Anuxi set. It
We
was
have
like
two.
a ultra rare, I think.
Wow.
We have 2 idiots behind the screen. Okay, they ran away.
So Bat Rider,
what's that
Lasso in
called?
the mines.
What is it it's called?
A
that they're-
piggyback.
Oh, they're
That-
piggybacking,
That's a
right?
That's what
piggyback,
it's called.
sir.
I was thinking wheelbarrow. That's something else.
Yeah, that's if
Yeah.
you're walking on your hands and someone's holding
Yeah.
your legs.
That's why wheelbarrow keeps...
We can hold a wheelbarrow race.
Oh,
later if
Blitz
you'd
and
like.
Cap, as always, clowning around. The reason Bad Rider's good is that there's nobody who is strong in lane against him. They don't have counters to Sticky Napalm, no carry that can get out of that.
That's a good point.
But we'll see who he ends up laning with. It also gives them a catch, which they were lacking before with starting the fight. I like the Bad Rider pick.
Lasso, pull back into mines. Yeah, that's all I want to see.
Yeah. I mean, you're joking, but it's actually
but
their
it's-
best play.
it's
It's a
Yeah,
great.
like-
That's a high ground defense and a half right there.
Lasso into arrow, super
Last
good.
one to arrow is nice.
Lasso into Arrow into
Blast off.
Blast off into Ensnare.
Yeah, end the kill with the ensnare for style points.
He rushes a Blink Axe, grabs 2 heroes, pulls them into mines.
Oh.
Refresher.
The next level play.
The next label play. Sorry.
Yes, the next level play.
If they can stall for 60 minutes, Batrider will get tags.
Oh, sounds like a Vega game plan to me. Let's go, boys.
Let's do it. Our final round for CIS coverage is Vega versus ESPADA. Before we switch things over to our South American coverage, let's go ahead and take it home with our 6th heat. Vega hoping to get their first win. ESPADA hoping to remain at the top and maybe secure a spot into the playoffs.
This game would bring them to 4-1 if they win, which is almost guaranteed 4th, I
Yeah.
think. Oh, it will be. There's no way we get... Is it technically possible to...
Don't do this.
Nobody can go.
Let's talk about the game.
Nobody can go 7-0.
Let's talk about the game. There's a frickin' techies, guys.
Yeah,
let's see what that techies is doing.
What's this techies doing?
Players'
definitely-
perspective.
I feel like
on
there's
techies.
like an inverse hype between us. You're like, yay, there's a techies. I'm like, oh, I guess there's a techies.
He's got
guys.
mines. Oh my god. Okay.
You may see the techies die
All
a
right.
lot, though.
Let's see if let's see if this works.
I don't think I've played techies for 2 years.
You know how
My
he works. I
man.
mean, you played against him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Blastoff is really good.
I was randoming, but I never got the techies.
The mines are arguably bad. Although if you place them in trees, they're not going to get Rocket Barrage level 1 or Rocket Flare. So if he puts these in the right place, hypothetically he can get levels. And he might be solo as well. I don't know if that's at all viable, but
He's just playing it like one of his pubs, possibly.
yep. This is generally, from what I've seen, the worst way to play him, but
Well, that's a good start at least.
This is Vega Squadron, and what
But
we're seeing here is ideally
It is not a drill.
not the best play, but we'll see how it pays out. They're professionals after all.
So that's 3 bounty runes for the Dire. No, Radiant. Vega got.
Oh, arrow.
Wait, what?
Bottom
No.
lane. Bottom lane,
Whoa,
Dakota.
I'm here.
Dude, these colors, man. 2 for 2. My bad. He's not dying.
He's fine. Chugs the south.
Dude, I swear the teal looks like
Oh,
light blue.
nice la.
Gotcha. So Riptide, now
He's
he's going to
gonna go
have
back
to
to
do the
base.
walk all the way back.
I'll buy a
they're
new flask.
encountering the mines.
They are?
Dude, that's so hype. Blue. Blue.
Over here. Over here. Well, they'll ping it out now. And they have this deep vision.
One
ward.
exploded. Warlock got damaged slightly.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually
no.
really important. Warlock doesn't have a way of dealing with this harassment.
Tipped him, too. All right.
Okay, and PL has just lost his lane. Holy shit.
All right, get him, Techies. Get in there with that 30.
He has a lot of regen.
It's about the Orb of Venom.
on
Pepper
PL.
him up.
I wish he would be attacking more.
30 base damage.
Yeah.
What a piece of walking garbage, man.
Throwing pillows at him.
Look at this.
Get him.
30.
All right, this guy is not attacking. What is going on?
Got him.
Oh, he
Actually, what is going on? Attack that man. You got an Orb of Venom, bro.
Yeah, but you see, I got mines to plant. Oh, what's happening mid? Skyrath says, I'll just hang out mid then if that's the case.
This is a great lane matchup for Bat Rider in mid. Dragon Knight is one of the best opponents he can have. Dragon Knight is super immobile, slow, has to
what?
scale Dragon Tail to even stay alive. if he gets dove.
Time for Phase Boots Dragon Knight. Because of the improved turn rate. Against the sticking up bombs.
How
Oh,
much-
it does improve turn rate, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're still very slow though, aren't you?
I think it wasn't like that big of a difference, right?
Every little bit helps, yes?
See?
That's the next level play there.
Yeah.
Lacoste. That's definitely next level.
Oh, during phase your base turn rate is improved to 1.0, the highest value. Can still be lowered by other effects. So
Yeah.
not,
So
not
Napalm
very
was still
effective.
lowered
Yeah.
by one. But a lot of heroes don't have that good turn rate. I think Dragon Knights is mediocre. All right, Vega first blood. They found it with Naga, Mirana, and bottom. Nice rewind. We have the production here.
We have the DVR capabilities, gentlemen. Don't worry.
I would like to recommend that you press the 10-second rewind slower next time. Generally,
Yeah.
if you spam it, it gets, in my personal experience, more likely to crash.
I think you should spam it for science.
What happened with me is like I normally get the play here, and when I hit go live, that will be the crash. But
Okay.
here's the
Yeah, going
snare.
live does too.
All right, let's see if we crash. We're fine.
Boom.
We're fine. We're well. And we didn't miss any other kills.
Oh, Radiant Courier died.
All right, we may have missed that, but
And Techies denied himself.
and we missed that too. But it's fine. It's fine.
What's the cooldown on Blast Off?
40 seconds.
35?
Yeah. 4 seconds silence level 1. 300 magic damage AoE.
Wow, what a hero.
That's an incredible at 300 AoE with a blink essentially for 1 skill point. That's insane.
It's a great skill.
syndereN, you remember in the days when you picked techies and just wanted to get the first blood because first blood was getting you a lot
Yeah,
of gold.
yep.
And then just to annoy people.
You just hang out mid lane, or your mid laner would be like a tiny.
You should
you're like,
really
Dude,
watch
just
them
toss
around.
me in.
Watch them around.
Oh,
Jesus.
do you remember the Bazooka movie from Dota 1? With the team that played tiny techies in their games? I think it was even in competitive. They were just tossing techies around all the time.
Oh,
That was actually
class.
pretty well edited at the time, I think. It's one of the really old clips. It's probably 10 years old. I'm
I
old.
think we don't have enough good videos right now, considering the technology that we have.
Yeah, no Woo Dota plays anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe
some was
there's
made without
electric.
profit, though. You know, that was literally like passion. Only.
Maybe we've just seen
The
everything.
Offense
Maybe nothing is
movie.
impressive anymore.
Plus,
That's actually a
you
fact.
can't just take pro players' games now. You know, there's copyrights and they'll get pissed. Oh, here we go. Got him.
Wow.
Fizzle.
Fizzle.
Denied.
Nice. Well, gonna heal that up with Warlock, but it's harass.
Doesn't
He
allow
can
himself to
TP
be
back
taken
and use it
down.
again in 20 seconds.
Yep. Stun.
All right.
This is actually a kill, I think.
One more. Right click. Got it
Oh,
right there.
damn, I'm coughing.
Nice little takedown emerging.
Give him the tip.
The BM tip. Flax and pushbacks here. Naga's here now. Let's see if the
Taken.
three of them can get something done.
He's dead.
Last off.
Hey!
Oh, that was actually close.
I mean, it's annoying to play against the techies. That's the only part.
Yeah, it's the mental damage.
It also causes the thing, like that aspect of the game, like we, or do you think, like Bounty Hunter, where there's just going to be an investment in sentries and detection? Or is it not as important because of the mines now?
It's not important
they
until
work?
he's 6.
Yeah.
Bounty, it's important from level 1. So
Tech
the
is-
supports do get to build up a bit of bank.
Tech is one of the 2 heroes that changes the game completely. When you have a play against the Broodmother or the techies, it doesn't feel like you're playing Dota because everything changes.
There's definitely a different set of rules in the game. Can't comfortably just push forward down one lane that the techies may have just been residing in for a while.
I guess both are kind of area map control, basically. Like once, if even pre-6, if techies can control high ground, like his shrine area, their secret shop should never be controlled really. As long as his tier 1 tower stays alive, like even walking up that hill is going to be really hard to do. And once you start pairing those mines with the stasis traps, it's actually very easy to set off those bombs on people, unless you have like high ground vision.
So is he gonna jungle now?
The techies, you actually can. I think I don't know if it was turbo or not, but I played against the techies once I was leveling just from jungle alone. So it does a lot of damage. It's like 400 magic damage per 12 seconds. AoE.
Yeah, it's pretty good at jungling.
Yeah, if you stack and stuff.
If jungling was good again, this hero might actually be picked. For that reason. There's a couple of picks that would definitely return if the jungle nerf got reverted.
Are you guys okay with jungle pretty much been taken out of the game?
Oh, nice.
Got him!
6
like-
kills.
do you like
We have a
that?
techie specialist
Do you
here.
like that?
6 kills on his Arcana.
He just doesn't like to flux his cosmetics until it's in a pro game.
Maybe
sure.
maybe he asks his.
But he missed the hook? Damn. That
Maybe-
was such a great juke.
What if he asked his coach, like, can you pick me, or his captain, can you pick me techies? And he did, and then he was like, all right, I'm buying an Arcana right now. And it was just some guy that played techies like once and didn't have a good time.
To answer your question about the jungle, I think it's a bit of a shame because I think it removed some of the strategic diversity of the game. That there was this like fourth lane in a way, like
Yeah.
there was a different level to it. So I would like to see it become more viable in a way, but in the current way Dota works, it's almost never a useful choice. I'm not sure what the tweaks are, because it's tricky, right? Like, let's say you just buff the jungle back to what it used to be. You don't only make junglers better, you make some of the carries that are good at farming stacks in jungle, you boost them by a lot. Like, I think buffing the jungle might actually limit the hero pool. You bring some heroes into the jungle, but so many carries that can't jungle effectively will just be overtaken by everything else.
But I think we should buff
So-
it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So people can jungle, not when you don't get the lane that you want, but because we have 2-1-2 most of the time. So if you have a like self-sustainable off-laner, you can pick a jungle. I'm not
That-
saying that's the thing, but maybe it would force one guy to go to jungle.
But that's mostly because you lose so much experience if you get a creep denied. So like you can't even just sap experience. It's just you're just screwed.
Whoop.
It's working! Boom!
Jump back.
Yeah.
There it is.
Woo!
Barrier techies, man. They both did die though.
I mean, it worked,
Techies had
though.
too much
He
HP.
bought Arcana, you see 7 kills, right?
Mhm.
Or someone gave it to him.
Yeah, you can buy it with the points or the count still going. It's not doing too bad, honestly. Look at Gyro's net worth is moderately lower than Bottom's. It's not super low, but
It's good for now, but does he hit like this whole new effective peak once he gets level 6?
Yeah.
Is it that quick of a change?
It changes the hero quite a lot. It does economic damage. It does mental damage.
Mental damage is my favorite one.
And it also does magic damage. Don't forget.
I mean, Clockwork is not... He's going to have a lot of HP, but between like Skywrath and Warlock, those guys are easily killable by like a stack of mines.
Yeah.
Just kills the whole creep wave with one level 3 mine.
What's the remote mine damage? Is it 300 magical?
Yeah, 300. Did he killed the whole creep wave just now?
600.
So he's now just going to start cutting creep waves basically and power level this way. So it's going to limit who's the PL in the lane, but it's going to essentially guarantee the tower dice. And it'll get him arcane boots. And once he's got arcanes and... Oh, he's using the courier to scout. That's dirty. He's going to use that to kill mines. Smart.
Uh-oh. CIS has to jump away here.
Do you really want to gank techies?
You don't want to, but you might have to.
I mean, they
oh, bottom lane, I knew that was happening. Diving back in the tower, though. Take down the Mirana.
I mean, if they chase him out, then they can control part of the map. If they let Taiki sit in that area for like 3 minutes or something, then the whole thing gets scary. But if you show up when he's only got 1 or 2 mines, then it's easier to invade and push him out. It's like you have to clear the infestation once in a while. That's 2 mines that just went off.
Yeah? What did they do?
Yeah, Warlock's going to have to offset it, obviously, but it didn't cost techies that much, I don't think.
I think it costs techies more mana than Warlock. I think that costs techies 340 mana and
also,
Warlock 100.
Also, like, the time. Like, it doesn't... like, techies is walking past, is like, drops a mine, continues on his way.
I love our conversation, Purge. You're like biased for techies, and I'm just butchering the hero at every
It's exciting.
turn.
Like, it's fun watching your heroes get played.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's nice to see. It's refreshing to see something else. I'm just a techies hater. I've been a techies hater for a long time, so don't mind me too much. I'm just always going to be biased against this hero, pretty much. That's just my personal take on it. I don't like it, so I need something extraordinary for me to be like, yeah, I enjoyed that techies play. I need to see something cool, you know. Else I'm just like, oh, techies.
Well, he's trying to hide up some remote action in the woods nearby.
One thing is for sure about that hero, though. It's really polarizing. I think it's the most polarizing pick in Dota. Some people think it's amazing and is a great and fun addition, and others think it should just flat out be removed. Like, there's many players that think that the hero doesn't even belong in the game. So it definitely gets the talk going. That's for sure. Moonlight Shadow, they could try to lasso into this remote. Is that one in 1 remote, though?
Yeah, it's only 1.
It's not a kill.
For
It's
now.
like a stack of 3 or 4. Especially when I kill Dragon Knight.
If he just gets a couple of the red mines hidden in trees and Barrier can drag through 2 of them, then that's a kill every time.
Yeah. Might try it here. Can pull him into the iron mine first.
He's not gonna die. Suicide.
Oh, he canceled the, yeah. He would have needed 1 more.
I got a golem out of it. It's not too bad.
It's 2 green mines is 1 red mine right now.
How much XP does the golem give? Do you know?
Not sure. That is a good trivia question. It's like one of those things that nobody knows unless you look it up and like memorize the number.
Extra points for those who get it correctly. Arrow. Mid lane.
Whoop.
Oh, that's some nausea-inspiring camera work.
Sorry, bro.
Was that whoa?
Arrow, and I'm like in a panic of where? Where? Wish you could see arrows on the mini-map as a spectator.
Oh, he got it off.
Yep.
Fizzle. Fizzle manizzle.
I mean, the amount of times that he's been able to suicide has been kind of incredible. Like, this guy knows techies. That's a fact.
Yep. I believe I have seen CIS played in pubs. But it can't have been very much with those like 7 kills on this suicide or whatever it is. Maybe he didn't have the Arcana when I saw him play it a while ago. Nice.
Mirana waltzing over, gets her space invaded a bit by the Skywrath mage.
Strength treads?
Rotated.
No.
No! Efficiency!
Alright, well, I mean, would you say they're doing better than you expected with the lineup that they put themselves into for
Yes.
Vega?
Yeah.
So that's
I think
good.
So. I mean, Techies has died 5 times. He's been killed maybe once, twice maybe. So quite a few suicides. He's got Arcanes and Soul Ring. He's got level 8. His levels are in a great spot. He's basically individual. Like he can do Techies things for the rest of the game. Like getting a good start on Techies is the most important part.
See how his team can hang though without him as he does those techie things. Jump towards the top lane, Clockwork hooks in, but they just lasso him up, pull him into the arms of the Starstorm of Mirana, but there's just not enough damage to get a kill for either side. that moment. Moonlight Shadow up and above. Plus, we haven't spoken much about the PL either. What's he been up to? Just kind of farming away at the bottom.
1-0 and 3. He's
Kind of
started
middle of
offline.
the road.
He's kind of moving around. They did know where Techies is. Clockwork is scouting from right now, but we'll see that in a second.
Arrow. Nice kill.
Nice grab.
Aeronet is so good.
Yep. Oh, and at the same
He
time.
got him.
Got him there.
He had to chase him down. He
That's pretty
crossed. He went up the hill there next to the remote mine, and I think he had a stasis trap with 2 proxies. So both went off most likely, and then he followed him down and went for a jump. That's probably how he got that.
All right, nice little grab for him, and we'll
he's
have a
doing
little bit of lag. He's doing it.
He's doing it, man. This is exactly what you need to do. Like he's moving, he's forcing people to deal with him. Like yes, Warlock is offsetting the damage with a heal, but Clockwork just got killed, and that guy had a lot of HP. If that
This is why I hate this hero.
like if that was a carry or something, but they're not dealing with it super safe. Like he probably walked up a hill, for example. Like
He's so nervous.
he should be. That's stasis traps with mines are a death.
They both don't even
I'm
want to
feeling the
hit
mental damage all the way from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know?
This is Warlock walking in a circle, checking for mines.
It's
Like
man, I'm not cool anywhere. Well, their jungle is now kind of Techie's place now, so
Yep.
they're going to have to either deal with that or just take their business down south, and it looks like they'll go for the latter. A move in. Warlock trying to move in and get a hold of his own bounty rune is going to be committing in with the rock. Earns them the takedown of the Naga and the follow-up takedown of the PL as soon as reinforcements show up.
they had
This
wards
is-
spotting them coming, I think.
This is actually an interesting aspect of Techies when you get to this stage, how good he is at zone controlling for bounty runes. If they start covering areas well with the mines, they might be able to get 3 or 4 bounty runes every 5-minute cycle. It helps a lot with their economy. Oh, Dragon Knight.
He's ambitious to see if the bounty rune was probably still up there, but it's a Bat Rider waiting for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was needed.
It's a free refill.
Just a gift from the night. Nice.
It's okay. He only lost gold. Hopefully, as long as he buys out before he suicides, he doesn't lose anything other than time and scoreboard.
But he could say he was there. Now a jump in for the Bat Rider. Good catch from BZZ. Looking to clear his plate, but the Static Storm. Oh, the Rocket will get the job done.
Did I see BZZ's skill build correctly there?
Let me look.
I did not. Never mind. You were looking at the Skywrath, I think. I was like, what the hell is that clock build?
The
But it
max cogs. Yeah, that ain't good.
I
The
thought
Grant
I saw
Classic, as he likes to say.
something. Yeah. Missile. Into nothing. Just being annoying.
He's crossing the map though.
I'm
Kinda-
just completely silent this game. I'm just thinking about Techies and how I genuinely hate this hero.
Why? What's so wrong?
You can see you're
Well,
gradually...
you can see how Dire Team is playing. Like, they can't play Dota.
I mean,
You're just gradually clenching your fists more and more.
I feel like they can. It's just like it feels more effective in pro games in my opinion because you're more afraid of what somebody that's truly specialized can do. Like pubs is like your average player or something. It's like when AUI played it, right? It like changed it, sort of. It's more like, oh wow, this is actually obscenely abusive if you do it the right way.
I think the mentality you need to have against Techies is you can't be paranoid everywhere. I think you just need your 5s to take risks.
Yeah, you have to deal
Go
with
scout. Go take some deaths for
Yeah.
your team if necessary so you get an area to play in. If you're like, oh, there could be mines here, or there could be mines here, generally there's mines 10% of the places you think there are, because you can't be everywhere with Techies. You just need to move in and play normally.
it. And they didn't grab that many heroes that were good against him, to be honest.
Looks like they may have gotten an opportunity to get the jump onto Techies. They get him down. Clockwork will eat the arrow.
Oh, that's a good song.
Song setup. We'll have to wait out the rocket.
Classic song into lasso
Nothing.
play.
And they're not going to be following it up with
Warlock
anything
is
quite
dead.
yet. Meanwhile, Warlock goes down to Techies. Bat
Good
solo
arrow.
walks out the other side. The arrow to slow them down. The cogs, the run forward. They'll finally finish their Skywrath Mage. And here comes DK, but he's too late to get a piece of the action.
Techies killed Warlock in the midst of that.
Yeah.
But these kills are...
Yeah, right there.
They're largely unimportant as long as it's the Warlock taking those big minefields out. It's actually, I think it's worth it for him. He's going to lose gold, Techies is going to get gold, but his team is going to be able to play the game.
That's the thing, though. I wouldn't call that a big minefield. Like, check how much HP does Warlock have right now.
1.1.
So it's like two and a half mines, like two proxies and one remote. You can kill him every time. It doesn't take. That's not much time. That's like basically 15 seconds, and 600 mana.
Have Dire smoked yet for a while? Because I think this is what you do
seen
against
anyone
techies. You
smoke.
smoke, you group up, or however many heroes you want. You get in and you get wards where you think techies is going to mine. So you're going to see him place them. They have decent coverage in the Radiant Forest, so they should probably be playing down there. And just leave the top lane dead for a bit. Currently they have Dragon Knight taking care of it. There needs to be a lot of mines to kill this guy. So he's just going to be pushing up that top lane, and then they should go down and play in their wards where they know mines won't be. What's Dragon Knight's magic resist at? What is it?
30.
30?
30.
Okay.
There's your smoke. Let's see what the move is here from ESPADA. Likely down south, as you were alluding to. Going to a place where they feel a bit more comfortable. They have some ward vision. And get some intel going, but smoke on the other side. And a bit of a mirror. And Techies straight to the Ags. I assume that's pretty normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super standard. Increases the cast range of your ultimate, increases the damage by a level essentially. So I think the level 3 remote mines does 600 damage.
Level 2. They actually kill away. It's 300, 450, 600, and with
Oh,
Axe
that's
it's
right.
750.
750. You're right. You're right.
So level 2 mines clear away from the Axe. It's pretty good.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Where was that at? Right around here?
I think he'd probably put the mines in the trees, most likely. Like
Yeah.
inside the tree circles. That way it's harder to spot them.
What's the AoE of the minefield sign?
It's very small.
200, I think, 250.
It's a very small circle. It's smaller than that even.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Once you
yeah,
place
it's
it.
actually super small, yeah.
It
It's like 100.
Yeah, it's really small. I can definitely tell that the Dire team is playing against a techies rather than playing Dota.
Yep.
But I think they're playing a little scared.
Oh, a hard commitment here to try to go for the finish of the Bat Rider and bail out their gyrocopter friend. They will get it done. Meanwhile, DK finishing off the techies. A move forward, try to get a hold of this PL. He's trying to mind game him, but it's not working.
Oh, it worked.
He did turn around and get a kill, but he will lose his own life. Gyro picks up the double.
That's actually a nice benefit of Skywrath against PL. Being able to concussive shot to always find the right one, because it doesn't hit illusions.
That's true.
Yeah.
If he uses it after Doppelganger, it's really, really nice.
The 4-staff rush on Naga for mines, potentially.
It's
Yeah.
more of a counter to Clockwork, but it
True.
synergizes as well with his big buddy.
Shove him
So
into the mine.
So if we want to look constructively at Techies' progress in this game, he's managed to keep the game even, and this game has the potential to go on for quite a while. The way I think about it is if Techies' team is not leading, so they can't push, and in this case they have no pushing hero, so I don't think that's really going to happen anytime soon. If he delays this game for a long time, should he even feel confident that he's going to get carried later on, is the question. Like,
Depends how he transitions. I mean,
is this Dire lineup, like, they're building farming items. They have Maelstrom on Dragon Knight, that Gyro's going Axe, maybe Maelstrom 2, Hookshot onto an Illusion. That's not going to give anything. Is it worth the time he's buying? Does it feel like a winning strategy?
I guess if PL can get farmed enough, can he outcarry those guys? I think they don't have enough AoE solution to beat a PL.
You think so?
They have Dragonite and
Okay,
Gyro.
Dragon Knight ulti is really, really good.
Dragon Knight,
but
Gyro.
Gyro is like
two
kind of
Mjolnirs.
mediocre in my opinion.
With, I think with the Axe Mjolnir, he's actually really good. Oh.
Whoa.
Good damage, but not enough. Hey!
The Orb of Venom!
He placed a mine.
Ow. Not good enough to be able to get the finish, but finally they catch him off on the pass.
And Warlock died in the meantime to Morana.
Came down to try
Just
to help
north
with a
of
heal.
that.
So Dragon ulti, yes. Gyrocopter, kind of, but not really. It's kind of how I see it.
Have you seen Gyro with Axe Mjolnir against PL? It's something.
Plus they have a Dragonite with Maelstrom already.
Dragon Knight, Mjolnir, Dragon Form is definitely strong.
I feel like I've seen some Mjolnir games versus PLs lately, and it seems really not that great. It's super good early, it's okay mid, but in ultra late game it seems bad. Like I watched the VP game, they played Wraith King. Obviously Wraith King is Wraith King, but they had Mjolnir on 2 heroes, and they had a lot of trouble dealing with PL.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they knew that was up. Little
The other thing is the classic solution with the... I think the Mjolnir counter to PL is a lot weaker than it used to be just because of his 25 talent. Being able to create new illusions every 3 seconds with that doppelganger talent is really powerful. You spawn illus, you send them at these guys, you spawn some new ones, send them at these guys, just keep cycling in the fights, and they try to kill them off with your Mjolnirs, and you just make new ones all the time.
And the damage got reduced too.
Well, Warlock knows he's going to get dropped, turns around, drops a rock himself. Can't quite get the grab onto the Mirana yet, but the rocket's there. And the Mystic Flare, she can't avoid that.
Oh, he has no leaps left. That's a really big kill.
He did a weird
7 streak.
It looked like he was unlocking his phone with his hero to use those leaps.
Slides up, Flare to make it away, turn around, sacrificing Ensnare.
Techies is fine for now.
Yeah, I
Not
don't think
anymore.
so. Now he's spotted within the trees. Easily gobbled up.
Okay, if there's no mines in this top lane at the tier 2, they could high ground here.
No mines and no
never mind,
techies.
that tower's full HP. Oh, that's good for the Radiant. That could have got a bit scary.
It looked really bad for sure. Yeah.
The tower's fine, so it'll get the tier 2 and back out probably. Not even, maybe. Dragon form is about to run out soon. 10 seconds. That's still a good exchange for the Dire, slowly but steadily making the progress. There's something we haven't talked about as well, which I think when Techies really had his reign of dominance, if you will, was before Aeon Disc was introduced. I think it's one of the best solutions to playing against the hero. Even cores can buy an Aeon Disc just so they don't get blown up by minefields anymore.
Wow, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Can you one-shot people like borrowed time, or are they?
I'm pretty sure it always goes
about
off.
the mechanics.
I think they do. I don't think they all deal damage on the same server tick, but if they do, then technically it doesn't work, I guess. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. Not really much of a Techies player myself. I'm not sure if you would have guessed that.
Yeah, you sound like you love him.
I love it so much. It's just always banned against me, you know. So I never get to play it.
Do you actually ban it every game?
Techies?
Yeah.
I
No.
never ban it. Nobody plays
No
it.
one picks it.
But when there was a time when people were playing it, I was banning. Dragon Knight.
Tekis is that kind of a hero that you don't want to have him in a team and you don't want to play against him.
Oh, whoa. Don't you just love when there's like a corpse just flying toward you?
Don't do it. Flies out.
I feel like he should actually die midair instead of exploding. If he's flying and
on his
dies
way to
like-
heaven.
Yeah, just die before the explosions.
Well,
Should be a Roche.
window of opportunity here for ESPADA to move inside the pit and battle it out with the big boy. Any sort of response? No, the second actually they see Vega coming around the corner, they decide to run right out from the pit and take some extra money. Get the kill on the Naga.
That might be a good death from Naga. Could have saved the Roche. He bought 20 seconds.
Mirana's going down mid. Do they want to deal with Roche or do they want to deal with her?
That's another standard part of a Techies game, is somebody going down mid. So
It's true. Usually the techies.
somebody from either team. Don't really know who. Oh, they still got the Roche. Good hook shot. Do they want to golem this? Oh, nice. This spell is really good against Batrider.
Yeah, it is.
It is so good.
It's like a nice taste of his own medicine too. It's like
That was a nice dunk.
annoying,
Wasn't it?
sticky.
Perfect dunk.
So who got the Aegis? Was it Dragon Knight or it should be Gyro? Yeah. Don't want to put it on the transformation hero when you have a choice.
I mean, it feels like Vega's been getting dumpstered the last like 5 minutes, but they actually still have all their tier 2s.
I thought you were going to say 5 matches.
I thought so too. That's what my mind jumped to as well when you started that sentence. Yeah, they still have some map left. This is when it gets scary though. When the Dire team gets Aegis and if they buy a gem and just group up, Techie's effectiveness is massively decreased.
Running in. Techies has a little cute spot of mines.
You have to put them at random places like this.
What's a gem on
otherwise-
Clockwork?
It's
Gem
the mind
pipe.
game obvious spot.
So what's Clock's EHP against remotes right now? What's his magic resistance?
With a pipe, oh, it's probably 50%.
Like 50? 57?
57.
So he has about 5,000 health against magic damage. That's 10 mines or more. They need more than 10 mines. Oh, if they find the PL kill here, that's big.
They do.
PL has not felt very effective this game to me.
No.
Feels like that should have been somebody else. That's what it looks to me so far. But it
They're
basically
gonna go high ground.
the Dire team just running around doing
No
things.
mines prepared. Tries to get some down now.
Suddenly becoming a believer, praying for God. Praying to God for that sign, huh?
Just notice the change in playstyle when Clock with a gem is there. They're just like, okay, now we're totally outnumbering them because Techies is not useful in this area, and PL is dead. So they went from being like scared to move around to just being super confident when they got this gem. And they're just controlling the area. Rax is gonna fall. PL doesn't want to buy back. I don't know, this is a tricky situation. Do you buy back to hold your Rax, or do you save your gold?
He's not going to do anything there with just like a Diffusal Yasha.
Probably not.
This game looks over to me now, personally. They're going to lose Shrines. Obviously, there's still some Mine Strongholds around the map, but...
Yeah, but I don't know.
As long as it doesn't blow up like 2 heroes. Or
They
a
all
core or
walk
something,
right there and just happen to blow up, yeah.
That's basically the Techies Hail Mary. Like that's probably one of the things that Slacks is best at by far. Is the Techies is that like you guys will be getting stomped by some like Shadow Fiend and he'll just like solo kill him with mines randomly on the map.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden like you're like, oh, I'm back in the game.
Techies is strongest when 2 of your sides fall because he can only put signs on that one side. He doesn't have to take care of the other sides.
I suppose so. But
Damn, that
they
sounds
do have
great,
they
man.
have a lot of ranged heroes that can hit buildings, and that's all you have to do. Know where the mines are, and then stand. Instead of going up the hill, you just like blink and then attack from like where the ward spots are usually when you go high ground.
What's Techie's gold right now? Okay, he's
12.
2,000 off the minefield sign. He might not get it for the last lane if the Dire play fast now. Oh, that's something. That was actually a big kill. That was
Takes
a
out
lot
a
on
lot.
that.
A lot going to be gone from
Yeah,
that.
the Warlock
Warlock
is-
also goes down. All right, ready in her back. Eat your words, everybody.
Is this enough time for Techies? The Ags is a potential game
Ooh,
changer.
look at those win. Those bets. Is Techies doing Techies things in the base?
I don't know. He's not really planting a whole lot.
He might have just TP'd back or something.
He's like, oh, well, they're coming. I got to prepare. His team's trying to push out the opposite side of the map as fast as they can, but Dire are coming.
You know, it's kind of interesting about Techies that if you make space for him, he's making space for you in the future, kind of. Because you give him time to put mines down, which will be used later. But it's kind of like anti-space, right? Like if you ever do something really good, he's not good at being offensive and ending the game.
I love how Dragon Knight says fuck you and just buys hard.
Yeah, that's a perfect choice.
I'm just going to swole up my way through any sort of mine damage
Well.
at all. And they begin sieging away with really no contention at all. Dire get their tier 3 and seem satisfied with that for now.
Re-going with Heart
Here they go.
and Pipe.
Going right back into action.
How long does Gyro have Aegis for?
We'll never know.
A little bit longer. Looks like they will force it to pop out. Nice pull back into mines,
Oh, air hits
but not
Golem.
nearly enough. Looks like it's going to be all Dire for this one.
Oh, they lost a couple heroes, but
They almost won that fight.
Buybacks.
if
forced
that
out.
arrow would have connected on Dragon Knight instead of the Golem, that could have got really interesting.
Yeah.
But Golem, that's pretty lucky actually.
I
Just
wonder if
dropped
he
it
did
in
it on
front.
purpose.
They may be able to get a little bit of cleanup action here.
It's attack speed.
Chunking
Oh,
down
that's a
the
gem, right?
clockwork, moving in. Oh, Verana nearly blows herself up though. Got to be careful. Runs out the other way. And okay, this could be a 5-man wipe. You get this DK.
Cost
Nice.
them a full lane and a couple buybacks, I think. How many buybacks was that?
It was
You, I think. Alright, dang it. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Bat Rider and PL and Naga. Thank you.
Can you open the chat log?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Naga
like,
PL bat. Okay, that's an expensive quote-unquote hold. Because they still lost the full lane. But they hold themselves in the game, I guess.
But PL got all of the streaks.
Yeah, and they
pretty
got the
crazy.
gem. I don't know when the next gem is available for the Dire. That's kind of the integral part of this game, is having a gem.
I'm sure it's up. It's been a long time. I feel like.
Did Techies get gold there? No, he made no progress. He bought back but didn't get gold. He has less gold than he did 3 minutes ago.
100 less, yeah. Going all in
He
on this
didn't buy
one
back.
spot.
He just died there.
Oh, he
Didn't
did buy
do
back.
nothing.
This
No,
is
never mind.
it.
It was bad. You're right.
They're going to come for that tier 2 bottom eventually. When they do, I'm going to have this
What was the
spot
cooldown
ready.
on gem? Can you see that as observer? I'm actually not even sure.
I don't think so. No.
If you press on the Dire,
You
the
have to
Dire hero?
click at Dire
Nope,
hero.
same.
No,
Same
you
for
can't
both.
see it. Okay.
Used to be able to.
Yeah,
Maybe if you
you
click
could
on
do
one of their
smokes
buildings.
for sure. So.
Maybe if you click on one of their buildings instead, like a dire building, that might work. But
Let me see. Dire building. Nope.
Maybe if you click on the dire fountain.
Dire fountain.
Maybe if you click on the
Dire
dire shopkeeper.
How about the? Let me try the fountain. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there.
do the shopkeeper.
Do
in
the
their
shopkeeper.
Fountain.
What,
In their
this one?
fountain. No, in their fountain.
The other shopkeeper.
Where you can buy the gem.
Nope.
No, the secret shopkeeper.
Right there. No, that one. He's fucking with you.
The side shop. Try the
There
side
you
shop.
go. There, that one. That guy.
I'm trying.
Click on him. Now look at the shop.
I'm
Okay.
looking at the shop.
Okay.
There you go.
Try the top left shrine.
No, we're done now, Joe. You're like anything to get me away from looking at the game.
I think you can miss kills all on your own.
For that
Yep.
that 30-second span, I actually forgot there was a techies in the game, and I had a great time.
Sorry. Back to reality.
Oops,
Techies is
there
here.
comes gravity.
He's setting up shop. It'd be great if just Warlock alone was the one to eat it.
All right,
See.
this is the place they want to fight.
All right, they can't reveal us. If they see any heroes,
Anyone got
they're gonna see
detection?
coming. Oh,
No?
they're gonna lasso pull somebody for sure. But it can't be the not them.
Warlock.
It's
Gotta
going to
go.
have
They
to
want
be.
Gyro,
Warlock
but-
is going to turn and rock. No, he'll just rock in front of them. All right, they know it's going to be a fight breakout. They run on in. Gyro does decent damage. Is he going to finish off the bat? Yeah, right there at the end. They get it done. TL wants to swing it on bat, but still not able to do quite enough. The Gyro just overtakes him and finishes him off. Unfortunately, this fight not really happening anywhere in the Techies' home field advantage. And the Rax also got finished in the mid lane, too.
Well,
All right, here it comes, guys. Is this the moment? Do they have a gem?
Gem is flying to them, but they know.
oh,
Do they know?
shit.
Oh!
It wasn't enough.
Not cool
They had
enough.
so much HP, it just didn't matter.
That's it.
Gyro
would've
was
died.
just outside of the center of
What
that.
Gyro
a
would die.
letdown. He would have died for sure. But all those other guys have like a billion magic resistance. They were so grouped up for it too. That was the glory. If he had Ags, 100% triple kill. 100%.
You're right, you're right. That would have been the dream, but
Then shit would have, that would have been big ass Reddit clip.
now that was like 5 minutes for nothing.
Yes, that's game's over now for sure.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I think
Oh,
it's
they got another. He's got a stack. right
36 minutes
Where?
for nothing.
there. Right there, right there.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Secret stack on the side.
big shot.
They need a lasso. Bats up in 2. They go
Forced
for
him in. Forced him in or something.
No, they're definitely going. They'll gyro for sure.
There he goes.
It's the wrong way.
Get him in there. Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
All the pretty colors.
We got him.
They're still holding. Techies got the last hit, so he's getting closer to Ags.
Yep. All right. Well, unfortunately, they lose their Naga. Mirana's still trying to swing with it. Bat's still there as well. I don't think they offer as much, though. They're trying to like get him into the trees where the danger is.
Well, they killed Gyro. Still Rax. This is actually Megas if it doesn't die now.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. All right. They hold a bit again. They lose one Rax.
See ya.
He's gone.
It was like the wind of him hookshotting away stunned him for 2 seconds.
Yeah, what's the AoE on that actually around yourself? I'm not sure. I don't think you can see that anywhere. Oh, okay. Warlock
you
died
just-
somewhere.
Dude, he's actually so. It's so unfortunate for him that he's always dead when he gets these kills. Like he would be power leveling so fast if he
Yeah,
wasn't always
true,
dead. He's got Ags at least, but man, I really wanted that triple kill bottom. It was so good looking, and then it just was. It was so many mines, but they were just tanky.
Yeah. Could have been a highlight. Unfortunately,
It was still good. It's
Not
just a
gonna-
disappointing one.
yeah. Just fell just a bit short. And now Vega only get a mild hold and have to like hold on to this game just a little bit longer.
This is actually pretty important.
Roche is up. They want to defend it.
They're gonna get an Aegis, and they're gonna have a minefield sign bottom now with eggs. So this could still get held for a while by Vega. Pushing into minefield sign is really, really difficult. But at the same time, it's one range track, so they can
They
just
can
run
just
in,
go
pump
around.
BKB, or
Yeah.
go around, yeah, if they find a way in.
Oh, they commit the rock.
Song to secure the Roche.
They should have Aegis Chiefs. That's super worth it for Warlock Golem. Not that Golem matters that much at this point, but
Didn't Warlock's on the other team. Do you mean the song? I'm a bit confused. The Radiant did get the stuff, right?
yeah, he dropped Chaos. He dropped Infernal Golem or whatever. The Warlock.
Yeah, he's on the other team.
Yeah, I know.
So how do you mean that was worth it? I'm confused.
They traded it, like, as in like the song is what I meant. song for Golem.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that not obvious? Seriously?
No, I also thought you were implying that that was a good rock.
Oh.
In which even I was, I don't know. But, you know.
It would have been a great rock if you got the last hit and denied an Aegis. That would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
That would have been sick. Sick!
But he didn't, and now he'll probably
It gets songed anyway,
mine
right?
somewhere.
The Golem sleeps, doesn't it? It should. It should, for sure. The only unit that doesn't sleep in the game is Roshan from Song, unless this has magic immunity.
Alright.
Okay, so what I think the Dire should do right now is they smoke up as 5, they run in. What BKBs do they have? Does both Gyro and Dragon Knight have BKB?
Yeah.
How long are they?
Dragon Knight is about 9 seconds.
Gyro's
DK
9.
is 7.
It's DK 7, Gyro 9. Yeah, you run in, you pop both BKBs, and you go for the Rex.
And
If they glyph, you back off, and you do it again in a minute, then you hit the
And
game.
you approach from the top, not the middle.
They should just smoke in through mid.
Or go through middle, not the bot lane.
Yeah. I think that's a...
Mine's-
Should be, I mean, look, it's a range track with 1/3 health. There,
Yeah, I
is
think-
glyph on cooldown? Because then this is like...
But they can hold this. They can hold Mega Creeps. They have PL with Heart, they have Mirana with Mjolnir, and you have Techies.
So, this game is probably going to be an hour long. Is what you're saying.
I'll give you...
I don't think so.
I'll give you my estimate. This game's going to end at minute 42.
Yeah.
42.
They're waiting for Golem, then they're going to go.
They just need to clear the extra mines and stasis traps surrounding the racks, and then they just need to be KBL and kill the barracks.
Yep.
And then they'll give them mega creeps, and then they have to win after that if they haven't cleared out the enemy team.
If they knew glyph was on cooldown, they would have gone for Megas now. I'm pretty sure. But that's the burden of knowledge. They do not know this right now.
So what's the next window? Is it just till the lanes push forward and you feel like
I think they're just waiting for... There's 2 options that they're
Golem?
waiting for. Either Golem or they're waiting for the Aegis to expire, which both things are fine. One just takes a bit longer than the other. There's the smoke play.
looks like
So,
Golem.
Yep, Golem available. Getting in, placing a ward, securing the perimeter. Did they see? No, they didn't see him move in there. That was close, though. The ward almost saw him down there. Well, maybe not.
Phantom Lancer wants to get to level 25. He needs 1 more creep, 2 more.
Do you think he takes the Doppelganger talent or the crit one? I think the Doppelganger talent is almost always better, but in this game you might need the damage.
The damage is so much, too.
It's a lot, yeah.
Let's see.
What's that? It's a 15% damage increase, right?
I think it's a 30%.
Or
30%?
No, it's a 30%, of course, yeah. It's
So-
30% for double. Yeah.
He went for Illusion.
Yep.
Which I don't blame him. I think both are good sometimes, but the damage is amazing. But against like a Dragon Knight and a Gyro, I don't think you're going to kill them anyways with damage, so...
Oh, they have spotted the Bat Rider. Lead things off with the Rock. He gets an additional 4 staff to slide himself away from the trouble. ESPADA obviously don't want to overextend into an awkward mining position. Gyro stands, plants, bullies them back. Radiant hide back indoors. Uh-oh.
That was
He was
great.
so unlucky.
Gonna stall things again. Stall things again here.
Great Golem. Very worth Golem.
Well, I guess, do you wait for Golem again?
I don't
Wait for
think it
Aegis
doesn't
to go
matter that
down
much,
and
I
that's
don't
good enough? He's starting to make new hotspots in the base, which is a bit unnerving.
Yeah.
You can't just roll in through one side and have to go through a couple of packs of mines.
So imagine that 4 staff play happens again, except there's somebody lassoed to him. Like that's somebody is getting dragged through the mud.
syndereN, on the scale from 1 to 10, how amused are you?
What's each end of the scale? Give me something to compare to.
Like... I don't know.
One
me
is
something.
1 is paint drying,
Yeah.
and 10 is, I don't know, a new Marvel movie. I don't know if you can find that amusing.
I'm at a solid 3 right now because I
Alright.
like Dota.
Does it do? Does it do?
Song is out. Looking to snag it up.
Vegas down. They're gonna go now.
Can they go now?
Oh, they still have the BKBs, right?
Look at the minimap. It
They
looks
do.
like they have a full base. They didn't lose a single building.
Yeah, they both still have their BKB good to go. Dire just sliding their way
They're
through
hitting
the
back
mid
lines.
lane.
This guy got low. No.
PL's fighting it out in there.
He is getting owned.
Cheese.
He's
Jeez.
got to
the
get
Mjolnir
back,
axe.
but yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they run back, heal up.
Clutch man.
Still can't even break him down. Dire even bother with the third lane?
They see the mines.
They should.
No.
They force him in.
Force him? No. Buyback Bat. Bat has the lasso. Grabs, pulls him through, looks to blow him up and gets it. Gyro's going to be out. 100 seconds. There's still one more big pack here. He's about to walk into. Does he want to waste the clockwork? I don't think so.
I think he gets Megas here. If he hits.
DK turns, decides to hit the racks, gets it finished. That's going to be the Megas, and the fireworks go off.
And now the real shit starts.
Well, yeah, I guess, because now the next target is tier 4s, right? Keeps clumping up things.
So I don't think they're going to be calling it.
Oh, this is gem on clockwork. If they can get it, that's gonna be huge.
Do both Gyro and Dragonite have Mjolnir?
Yes, they do.
So did you see that PL go into them? He actually just can't fight. He just instantly had to run away. I thought the Doppelganger talent was going to help enough that he could just keep like spawning new illusions and slowly whittle them down. Dragonite doesn't care, doesn't take damage. Gyro had to be pulled into mines because he has Satanic, so...
Well, Dragonite
It's,
has Daedalus.
It's rough, man. Like this PL, I don't even know what you buy as PL against this right now. You need
Evasion is the only way, probably. I mean, the Mjolnir hits are gonna still hit, but I guess
He has Battle Fury queued up.
it's the cleave. That's most of it, honestly. The cleave or the splash damage from Dragonite is the main reason, probably. Although splash is reduced by armor, correct? Whereas cleave is not, because splash is different.
I think it follows normal armor rules on Splash. Pretty sure it's not a cleave.
Everything I've heard about is for cleave, nothing for splash.
Yeah, I don't think. I think Dragonite will use Splash as just regular armor rules.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's not gonna say. Definitely.
Splash attack.
Yeah, I knew it was splash for sure, but
I would have been so surprised if it said there.
yeah, it's like the splash is.
Splash attack
Splash
is
mechanic,
not reduced
not
by
to be confused with the cleave mechanic, which does not factor in the armor.
But either way, even if it's factored in by armor, he can get Daedalus procs on it. That's why it's such a big difference. Because then he's amplifying his right-click damage, which increases, whereas Mjolnir stays static at 170 for their whole game, outside of the active usage. Ooh, his eggs is coming.
Octarine techies.
What level is he? Level 20, 150 gold per minute.
What's the other perk? Movement speed.
Movement speed.
Well, it's not like he needs to leave his base anyways, right?
Here's the
Might as well
play
drop
for
his base.
techies. He needs to get level 25, make a stack of mines, and just slowly move them toward the tier 3s. But they need to impact at the same time, so that they blow it up through backdoor. And he does that
that's a
one
gem.
mine at a time.
Upheaval has been so good against Bat this game.
Yeah, that's great.
All right,
no
bat to worry,
buyback.
yeah, no bat to worry about. No lasso pull in the mines. I don't even know where the mines are. If there are any mines, they just run right up, plant a ward on the high ground. I see a little cluster right here under that sign, but they'll just avoid the sign. So they go right for the jugular instead, towards the tier 4s. I don't know if Vega are going to be able to fend them off. I don't know if Vega are going to be able to get a win in the qualifiers. Oh boy, PL.
Oh, that crit.
The sleep attempting to save.
Satanic.
Is able to slide out, but
Believe
I don't
it's
think
over.
PL can answer anything about it, and it looks like this one belongs to ESPADA. They claim a spot at the top of the groups with this win for sure.
Well, I mean, it was a fun game. Got to see some techies. I think he did a great job as a whole. Just like that. Just needs some mid-game levels and the Ags, and I think he could have maybe held the game together a little bit.
Yeah, if he got level 20, if he didn't die every time before the fight started, he would have that GPM talent, and he would have Aghanims earlier. Maybe that could change the difference.
And Octarine.
The thing is, we're saying he could have held the game together. Did it ever feel like they could have won the game?
I think that he did an extremely good job. I think he affected the game in a very positive way, in my opinion, and that's excluding all the late game like bomb shenanigans that was trying to hold the game together. I think the laning stage tempo, the mid game tempo they set was really good. I just thought that his team, the rest of his lineup felt like they didn't do very much outside of like Marana, Naga. Those heroes did a lot.
And who even knows how much their own team has experience working with him on techies? I imagine this is not something they've ran in other events or maybe even scrims. So I'm sure the team is also like, oh, how do we even play around this techies too? So, but I do like it. It's, you know, you're already 4 games down. You want to change things up. He's a specialist. Maybe the unfamiliar, you know, how unfamiliar the other team is with it might give you an advantage. But I guess not fully in this case.
I think the problem in this game as well with techies is they picked it first too, so the enemy team has time to plan.
Yeah, that's the other
what
thing. Like,
heroes to
why
pick.
not just save it for like final pick?
Could have picked a flex early on that could go both position 4 and 3, and then you're like, oh, this is a great techies game. Let's pick techies 4th, and then the enemy team has 1 counter pick. But like this, they're like, oh, we'll just pick Dragon Knight, who's super tanky. We'll pick Clockwork already, who's super tanky. We plan our game plan around, oh, there's a techies. You just plan your whole draft. We just need to be able to do this, this, and this, and the hero will be weaker.
Maybe they were more worried about their core matchups being able to actually win the game. And like maybe thought that like techies is not that counterable. Like, yes, they had heroes that could survive mine stacks and stuff, but if he had a slightly better game and had Ags, he would kill them anyways, is kind of the way I see it, I guess.
So what was the pick order? They got the last pick Batrider, so the hero they saved for last was their offlaner.
There was like a
And
Mirana
they
third.
picked Mirana third and
and then
PL
PL.
4th. But they were second picks. They were counter picks in every phase. Yeah. Didn't really look too hot.
Yeah, Vega and their drafting, man. I'm not too sure.
Me neither.
Not too sure. I'm going to alt-tab so we can take one last little peek over the group standings as they are right now, because it looks like we are going to be closing out our CIS coverage for today and get stoked up and ready for some South American coverage. It's going to be spicy. And we have Cap, Blitz, Brax, and Grant all in-house to cover that. Should be hype. So here we are.
This is not updated. Fly the Moon is, sorry, ESPADA is 4-1.
Yeah.
Fly the Moon is also 4-1.
Yep.
Team Spirit 3-1.
Yep.
DD 2-3. And 20-minute AFK 2-3. Team Empire 2-3.
Gambit right in the middle, 2-2. So they're still got one game behind everyone else. But this is still close. There's still tiebreaker city potentially for the top spots.
It's moved a lot from between like 2 hours ago and now. Like it looked very even previously.
I'm trying to think of what the other game line was. Spirit, did they play again? It looks like they played again.
Important info before you continue,
yes,
Dakota.
please.
I just checked my Twitter feed. Here's the interview explaining Vega Shark origin.
Oh, great.
Back when I launched Vega, I owned a fish trading organization of the same name. It was the primary Vega Squadron.
So they did shark fin soup
They
trading.
did fish trading, not a
shark
restaurant.
fin soup for
but
sure.
it was fish trading.
It was an
with
illegal.
fish.
It was an illegal trade for sure.
Well, it seems like
Shark
they closed
By
down.
the Russian mob was definitely.
The other thing it said in here was that it closed down in 2015, so it might have just been. Well, who knows?
All right, good to know. I'm glad you had your little investigator look that up for you and back it up.
I got it from multiple sources as well, so I think it's legit.
All right.
It was fish trading.
Yeah.
Still doesn't
If
really
it's on the
say why
internet,
it's a shark.
It must be true, right?
Like fish, shark.
It was from an interview with the CEO, I think. That's pretty trustworthy.
It is. It is. Just feels like a stretch is all. They're not as vicious as a shark either, at least not at the moment. But looks like we're going to break, guys. Wonderful session of CIS Dota casting. We'll be back tomorrow. Not the same time. Times will be adjusted a little bit, but we'll be back to get more group stage coverage. But the coverage here at BTS does not stop. After our break, we'll return with South America qualifier action. We'll see you then.